program KELELE. Today is the 16th of September 2024, and I'm happy to be with you today here at West Nile TV. We have our KELELE program that runs every Monday to Friday, and that is from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And my name is Asizoskovia, Mama KELELE, as most of you call me. Everyone watching us from the different parts of the country, I want to welcome you. Those ones who are watching from diaspora, bordering countries, I all want to welcome you for our program KELELE. This program is a very, very beautiful program, and it is a very warm evening right here. I don't know how your weather is that side, but here at least we had some drizzles in the morning. Just that is early morning, around 6 a.m. Up to 6:30, something like that. We had drizzles, but there was no heavy rain. And up to now, we are still here, no rain, but the weather is cold outside. But that is it. That is the weather forecast today in Arua. Then you who is watching me, I don't know how the weather has been there. And as for my weekend, it was a very nice one. I had a very busy Saturday because I had a lot of things to work on. But reaching Sunday, I had the whole day to rest. I didn't go anywhere. So today, I have started my week very energetic. I have the energy. There's no stress. I'm just enjoying the week. And this week has begun so well for me. And I hope yours has also begun well for you. Me am never search West Nile TV a program of KELELE I'm a program di do zodu alo pero du toy program din vini do sa we rinini peresa su inini amavrole rua tandro itisia sam diniri afaziberia ozo yikita were te ozo azidinga tani ku te sadma angwambe ni onjonzi mi vrale rede ngoniare anyi deko weekend mavura chiala oruazia aziki andra madrianga zaru chingo nalemo pitini kilili sabatu leava kilili aya di andro dualo mefuazinga aikosi mavina aiko mboro nisi amani muzu drifuzu emebe andro program amavu KELELE de madiniwa unjo mautika nena kumbeti amiru foi uwen pineno West Nile TV pimaru program megwa magwiloni KELELE ni man program anyone watch out icheng baja watching a beach chake chawa riwa midi wo wacha pa midi wo indong maitika nena wai West Nile TV kumbeti ni wamiru fo umatek TNT cheng baja kita mawaju kere ni chunya yompia na chako tigmabe jemi no wengu warmabe tin kudero yarua waneno kod mo mateno teno uberu kangiru ento kumbeti gire koyo yetie ento kod pe bori kono tini ning an pangeo koni bi wacha cho cheng weekend ma mega beno beru mabe cheng chambi chela beri ki tigmo mateno teno mabera temune ento tiyo mabe cheng baja aberu mera mot kayueo man kumbeti cheng baja acha o mabe arada ambe atiki gemni megi beno beru mabe anya mandrele West Nile TV adriaro diale sama kwenyine anjo mogo program amari KELELE diari drara program na meria sa weirini aga paka sa suini aga ongo program di dia ameya nititro kare aloga amata chirichiri amariga siriti yo nititro amari dia hinini endro eyo di gangwaro bai ka kendra means mudina nati ke jaro vuni egbetiti ke yiyo amaride yiyo nyire joingonia anyi ko tojo jonya sani yara nyi jo manirade neva yeah so I need everybody to wear your seat belt. Wear the belt very well, because what I'm coming to talk about today is happening. This is a reporting week. Our pupils and our students are reporting to school. In the morning hours, as I was also reporting for work, I also saw very many students and pupils wearing their school uniforms. They were with their cases, some were in the motorcycles, others were in their buses, others were at the bus park waiting for the bus so that they can travel. We have students who are traveling far. There are those who are within here and they're traveling to Kampala. There are those traveling to Hoima, Masindi, and there are those who went for holidays also. That's they're traveling back home for studies. A lot of activities has been happening today. The road has been very busy. The road has been very busy. Leo hii, siku ya leo hii, niliamuka asubuhi nikaenda kwa kazi, lakini barabara watu walijaa, sio ya mchezo. Watu walijaa, watoto ya shule iko kurudi kwa shule. Mimi naangalia watoto kwa barabara kama hao wamevaa uniform, watoto wanaoneka mzuri. Watu wengine walikaa kwa bus park, wengine walikaa kwa pikipiki kama hao wanarudi fast mao wanaenda. Sasa hii barabara leo hii ilikaa sio ya mchezo. Vitu mingi zimekaa kufanyikana kwa barabara. But every road user, we are very grateful because today we do not hear any bad news of anything happening on the road, and we are thankful to God that our children, my siblings at least have gone safe, and for the parents, the children have gone also safe. And those ones who are still at home, let's organize for them to go back to school so that they can do what? They can catch up with their colleagues. Andutamani yobo lenzi leti yabaga kine ambamba. Danu pong yomi tugungo. Indong kadong ini keni pachu podi doke ngo somu. Nyonyatin peripodu tie pachu keni. Uchetu dengo kamoku tin program eni dongu tie piri. Wabe yoba wiye eni nyanedi tin ma achedo itich kugweno. Anwangu ni awiyo pong dungu mitugungo. Awiya mukende kikendu info. We boda munge utie motukari danu dongwe laro sawa michi dokane mi doki somu indong nyatin podi tie pachu podi ichwale ngo isomu tin program mikelele eni dongu tie piri. The program is about reporting back to school. When children are reporting back to school as parents, do we really have the time to talk to our children and tell them what we expect of them? Do we? Oh, the only thing we know is we have paid school fees. I have bought for you your books. I have bought for you the stockings and all the school requirements needed, and that is all you know. Me as a parent, I've already done my part. But no, have you talked to this child of what you expect of this child? Or you don't care whether the child goes to school and comes back with F9, F9, F9. But I'm sure every parent at least cares about their children's education. That is why you're putting effort to pay school fees. Paying school fees is not an easy thing, by the way. The money that parents use in paying school fees would have made them even richer. Assuming you are not paying school fees, how much money would you be having in your account today? A lot of money. So for that reason, we need to tell the children, the school-going children, what we require of them, so that when they go there, they will know what is expected of them. Indarakule drajo nyirinya barangwa nizefunyiga anyiriani droega troya ama nyirinyo ratakuta nyanyilo teri talere ado funyiga retinyike ayo terusi ongo school fees kesara testi driver siko taridinia jonyirinya barangwa zefunyiga ole nyolo barangwa ritronyirivuru nyiziane ko jonyini tana diri ongo nyisa nyiriani tronyi tala ketede Drani ya funyiga lady ale nyeda mani tadini ale nyeda tadini ole yo terusi ni tede barangwa nini amala kuse jonyiri nye tede tade barangwa nini ko bazitika ke ufunyiga ta onyikisa funyiga ya tede aniko. Unatuma mtoto kwa shule na kila kitu manatakiwa kwa shule, lakini mtoto wewe pana kane chini kumwambia chenye kufanya. We have had situations in school whereby children go to school with everything that is needed, and you expect this child to perform, but at the end of the day, this child does not perform. There are very many factors that make our children not to perform in school. You're watching me here at West Nile TV. There are some challenges that you faced when you were in school and you did not even perform the way you wanted to or the way you should have performed because of other factors, because of things that were affecting you in school. Time will come when I will open the studio line and you will call me to tell me your own experience. Some of you would have been in first grade, but you did not get it because of A, B, C, D. Some people would have been in second grade, they did not achieve it because of A, B, C, D. The reasons are there. So today, in our program Kelele, we need to tell the children, the school-going children, what they should do. We have day scholars, we have the boarders, the ones who stay in the boarding. They will go to school and they will not be able to, you will not be meeting with them each and every time, but those who are day scholars and they are there at home, we need to talk to these children each and every time about the importance of education. Dong neno wiya mokutie gindong pare gitie pare ken mot piny madong gibe chidho katimo somo de ginyeu dengo ichwalo pare wiya beri somo nangi chulu school fees nangi daro piny chuku ento nangi nyathi be kadongo nangi lemba ngo ikin utie dano mago bedo mariek kawonang magi bedi first grade nyo second grade ento ginwango ngo first grade nyo second grade nango pirango sana ebi tundu abi mikiri namba mi studio line ebi goira simu koni abi winju bengi maka wiya mapodu utie pachu eni gi winji lembe eni getim peny ma wamitu ni agitim. Sasa siku hizi zaidi ya watu wanasema nti kazi hakuna faida, kazi siku hizi hakuna faida, kazi hakuna faida, kusoma hakuna faida. Lakini kusoma iko na faida mingi sana. People who are there telling our children, telling the young generation that education is useless, it is not true. Education is very important. There are very many intelligent people who are amidst us and they have lost opportunities just because what? They did not go further with education. You watching West Nile TV would have been very far, even some of you would have been very far. You missed out many opportunities because you did not go far with education due to what? Different reasons. Our young generation these days believe that education is for passing time. Let me just go to school, let me just go and do ABC and I come back for my holidays. The students and pupils don't even know the target. Those days, everyone who goes to school is always fighting hard to be the number one. To be the number one in class. But these days, people are fighting hard to be recognized as the strike leaders. You find most students when they go to school, they want to associate themselves with a stubborn group of the people, actually a stubborn group of people in the school, so that they are known for being bullies, for being the big boys and the big girls. And if we don't train our children from home, our children will think that whatever thing they are doing is the right thing. Now, students are going back to school. Soon, strikes are going to happen, and parents are going to make a lot of losses paying for the damages that these students have caused in school. So parents, before we send our children back to school, we need to sit down and talk to them. Leanzeke yo anziki pie dangapodi anziki daki to school wako. Sasa anziki mu school wa anziki mu dronji ngatro iyo tabana anzima tipezo anzima muki embate suri anziki dini mwambongai. Anzipini lere ma strike leader ni banyuma ruambamba dronjisi banyuma mbamba dadisasi baka anzipini research school wa tajorsi anzika ki mu school wa anziki mu asiba ale ndema ale agandeni iyo kila tesade stay you sad sima anziki azi afa school la lo amboke dazo ambobani de akukurike bade muidangwa bambode school. And parents, there are very many reasons as to why our children go to school and don't perform. One of it is sending these children to the schools that they don't want. There are certain students who are studying in schools that they don't want. Even if you force that child to study, like what? That child will not study. You will pay school fees, you will buy school requirements, you will do everything required of the school and the child, but at the end of the day, this child will not perform because this child does not want this school. There was a scenario when we were in O level. We had a very stubborn girl. That girl was not ready to be in a single school, but the parents forced her to be in a single school because she was very stubborn. This girl was very stubborn. She would quarrel with the teachers. And when she does something wrong, you will cane this girl until when you get tired. This girl will not move. This girl will not cry. Teachers would cane this girl until when they get tired. So this girl decided to now be stubborn. Every time making noise in class. If they are looking for noisemakers, she's number 1 on the list. If they are looking for indisciplined students who are not wearing their uniform properly, who are not putting on stockings, who are wearing slippers in the school compound, you will find she is there. She will not miss. When it comes to communal work, Saturdays whereby people are supposed to do communal work, she will not do the communal work. No matter how much you cane that girl will not do it. She was doing things stubbornly because she did not want the school, and she wanted what? To be chased away from the school. Nyakuno send with dano. Nyakuno kadongute school. Ping mokuchima gimitu ni awiyo team nyakuno kweto. En pare yungo. Kendu sokside yungo. Kadongote mu teach. Machi school koni wedi kaliango echedungo ewengo pinyini woi class nangu nyako no podo loyo zangwa likabari weekend rakpe zado le funyi na eko zano le ba single school ko ki ata tiendra to jiki zadi funyiga ama zadi dino pa o jiani funyiga na kunyita ki zado le tenyikako zadi jo kelele si kolo nambalo Jojo ye buziti dere zadi ko gangbe edeko Jojo funyiga o susoksi ya zadi ko gangbe zadi o susoksi ko anyaka no ye widano dano ol pinyaka ne anyaka malo lo alwen piendo ngi twala nyaka ne gangma empe merwa wanu nyoru wotika twala lo teno e gangma magin pegi mero anyaka ne ka gitika ye dano mati wo class nyaka ne pegi Jo ma degi rogo soksi ki wa nyaka ne pegen to rogo en slip aneni kagi wachini tindi jambi tielo teno ko chera ka timu tich we di kalgi ngoge nyaka no kwero gi moy ke nyaka no muyebe pe nyaka no kwero jemi weng na wa. So time came by, parents came to the school. This girl was suspended for 2 weeks. She went home and enjoyed. She was very happy. Actually, she wanted indefinite suspension. She wanted to go for good. But they sent her for 2 weeks. After the 2 weeks, the parents brought her back to school. The stubbornness continued. Stubbornness just continued. This girl said, I cannot finish my O-level in this single school. I don't want. Now, there are certain penalties in school. You also had in your school. There are certain things, if you do, there is nothing like suspension. They dismiss you for good. So what this girl did, this girl sneaked out of school, went and bought this small radio. There used to be some small radio, 5,000. By 2012, 2011, 14 there, some small radio of 5,000. This girl went to Hoka in Arua town. She bought that radio 5,000 and bought some earphone for 5,000. Went and hid that thing in her case. She hid it in her case. Then she went and wrote a letter, a very clean letter, and went and fixed it under the headmistress's what? Door. So it was a Monday like this one. After a weekend, the headmistress now came to school, opened to enter her office. She saw a letter on the floor, only to pick the letter and read through. So and so has a radio and earphone in her case, blah blah. Yet she's the one who wrote it, but it now looked like somebody else wrote that letter and fixed it there. Now headmistress read. After reading, they called the matron, they called school assembly. All the students had to remain outside. They call you one by one. They go and check your case. Check. They checked the entire school until they even found her. In the process of checking, they thought that maybe other people were also having radios and earphones. So they checked and they got those things with her. And that is how she got what? Suspended indefinitely. They suspended her indefinitely. That is after even the parents had wasted money to pay school fees. So when we are sending our children to school and they don't want, let us get for them alternative, as long as the school performs and also does what the other school does. Right now, people are going there. Even some students I saw on the way, their eyes are all teary, very red, crying. Anzikidio, it's a kid matipika ki anviki adriki chacharisia. Anzikidio was going to like it the school dama aquia, ngoniare, baniniko. There are certain schools that are not favoring these children, but these children, when they come to you and they tell you, Mommy, Daddy, this and this and this is happening in my school, me, I don't want to go back there. Yeah. As parents, you're supposed to sit down and also do your own investigation and find out what is happening in that school that this child doesn't want to go. There are very many students and pupils who have died because of being bullied. There are certain group of students and pupils who are in school and they are giving hard time to these smaller students and smaller pupils. So when these children go to school, these children are every time crying. Kila siku wanapata mtoto yuko kulia. Barangwa liko uodu chiru amala kusibatiri zitina na mogo kanya barangwa ni mbaka ndrakpadanya baranga kwengwe ega ko jwa mami mariale school lediku daddy mariale mangufonyi na ega ko kenya ata nyendra nyeri tako nyiri mbozaka barangwa di barangwa baka school ga atara kesu atazina. So you have to find out. You have to find out when your child is rejecting school. Today I brought this topic specifically to West Nile TV because I saw students with red eyes, tears. So I don't know if they are crying because they are going to miss their mommy and daddy. Is it because are they crying because they are going to miss good food at home? I don't know. But from what I know, there are very many students who are not being well taken care of in their schools. So if your child is always telling you, Mommy, Daddy, I don't want to go back, I don't want to go back, as the parents, you need to do your own investigation. Why doesn't my child want to go back to that school? Don't force these children to go to that school. That lady who was suspended had to now finish that term. Because it was the final term, she had to finish it at home. She didn't get another school. Meaning the whole year's school fees was destroyed, wasted. Then the following year, she was taken out to the school of her choice. And she did well. Right now, she's somebody else, somebody better. Assuming that one had continued to be in that school and was not suspended, do you think that she was going to do something valuable? Do you think that this child was going to do something valuable? So and also the children who are yet at home and those ones who have already started as day scholars, there are other roles and responsibilities that you owe your parents. Your parent who is paying school fees is going through a lot in order to make sure that you study. So don't take that school fees for granted. If your parent had decided not to pay that school fees and had used it for something else, your daddy will not be putting that torn shoes. Your mommy would not be wearing that old dress for 10 years. Your mom would have bought very many new clothes for herself. But parents have left themselves to take care of the children. So that you can eat food, so that you can take your meals, so that they can pay your school fees. There are parents who are moving, footing to workplace, yet these parents, if they were to gather their money, they would have even bought cars. Not only cars. But they have sacrificed it so that the children can do what? Study. Now you as a child who is at home, how do you want to pay back your mother, your daddy who is suffering to pay you? Do you want them to be crying in their old age? Or you want to become somebody successful so that at one time you come and take care of them at your old age? Don't believe when somebody tells you that education is useless. It is very important. Very, very important. Note that every time job is just for employment, but it opens your mind to other opportunities outside. You can become a job creator and you create jobs for other people. That is when you're educated. These days, without education, you will go and dig people's famba. Iyo kidini ojarojoja mieti masuzi de teke. Miandri mabongori ni suri kanisa lalo sirilo bongo alola su. Bari radie eresende ndami tipezu skula mi mamu iyo mbaringani. Mita di skulu mvadi. Mi tipika kidale drichi misi. Lekita mi mefuba zengbaniro. Ikata mi vurede ngoni. Micherale siba kini druzi jerele katamana fesu mutkare andrumati ni jako de mamu jerni askunimia tika rukumia katai masende erni school fees yo fezu di otutirisiani erta de re. So a lot of things are expected from the children going to school, and parents as well who are sending their children to school. A lot is expected of us. So we shall be going for a short break. When we come back, I would love to know from you, what do you think as parents are the roles of the children? What are the children supposed to do in order to make
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Vinicius Jr., Lamine Yamal, Antoine Griezmann. La Liga comes to Star Times.
A wild celebration!
The big stars, the tiki-taka football, Real Madrid and Barcelona live in your living room.
Real Madrid, a team of dreams!
Catch all 380 games live and in HD on Sports Premium, Channel 259 and Channel 246. Starting this August 15th. Subscribe to Star Times Classic or Smart Bouquet at 36,000 Uganda shillings to enjoy the football experience affordably. Star Times Football and Limited Passion.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region. West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., Lamine Yamal, Antoine Griezmann. La Liga comes to Star Times.
A wild celebration!
The big stars, the tiki-taka football, Real Madrid and Barcelona live in your living room.
Real Madrid, a team of dreams!
Catch all 380 games live and in HD on Sports Premium Channel 259 and Channel 246 starting this August 15th. Subscribe to StarTimes Classic or Smart Bouquet at 36,000 Uganda shillings to enjoy the football experience affordably. StarTimes Football and Limited Passion.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Welcome back from that short break. And for those of you who have just tuned in onto West Nile TV, we are here for the program Kelele, and this program runs every Monday to Friday, and that is from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. and I'm your presenter, Azizo Scovia. And today's topic, we are talking about reporting back to school. The students and the pupils are reporting back to their various schools, and today the roads were very busy. And being there in school, there are very many things that happen. Most times when the students are going to school, we are always sending them to school so that they come back with the results. But at the end of the day, many of them come back without the results that are needed. They come back with very many F9s, F9s. And one of the reasons is students may not be comfortable in whatever schools they are studying in. And as a parent, when your child tells you that they don't want a certain school, it is your responsibility to find out. And the student line is open, and call me on that number that you see on screen, 077 162 8590. Call me on that number that you're seeing on the screen, and I would love to hear from you. As a parent, what have you really done for your child who is going back to school? Have you sat down with your child to discuss with them what you desire from them? Or you do not get the time, you have just sent them already? Call me on that number that is on the screen, and I want to hear your own view. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, please. I'm fine. How are you?
Fine.
Who am I talking to and where are you calling from?
Calling from Blamboli.
Pardon?
Hello? I'm calling from Blamboli.
Blamboli? How is there?
Blamboli is good.
Can I know your name, please? Pardon, can I know your name?
Francis.
Francis. Okay, Francis, you're welcome to the show.
Yes, yeah, thank you for the program.
Thank you so much for watching. Francis, thank you so much for appreciating this program. We also appreciate you so much for watching this TV. Hello.
Yes, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Where are you calling from?
Man, just go to my bike.
Etigo Chimapach.
Yes.
Ninkono.
Yes, you're queer, Justin.
Okwi Justin.
Yes.
Apach tiko boningo.
I'm back here.
Kia be. Acho.
So, I want the kind of topic you brought in. So, I want to say something about it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So the kind of advice I want to say before our students goes back to school, it's always as a parent, we have to alert our children the advantage of going to school.
We need to alert them about the advantages of going to school.
Yes, and we have to read their minds. We have to get their minds what kind of role model they want to be in future.
Yeah.
And we also tell them that you must go to school with a target.
With a target.
When you're going to school, you go to school aiming at coming to be someone in future.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
If you're able to read the mind of your child, whether he or she wants to be a doctor, a nurse, a teacher, that gives you also, you encourage him or her to go ahead and hire. Yes, and also the advantage of coming out as a role model in future.
Thank you so much, Okwiru Justin.
Yes.
Regards to everybody watching in your patch.
Yes, I like your program so much.
Thank you so much for watching.
So let me send my greetings to what you're running Elvi. Yes, let me also send my greetings to my brother Carl.
Lastly?
And lastly, the entire profile.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Machati Okwiru Justin ti goichim ya patch. Endang ti akoboni a patch ti a bear. Apoya mojo duch mati a patch district kunova. Koboni joni wanjo mati yerua ti a marjomi a patch mepe mitugutuku. So that was Okwiru Justin calling us from a patch. And is telling us that parents, you should be knowing the interest of your child. What interest does your child have? Does your child love to be a nurse? Does your child like to be a doctor or a teacher? Whatever thing that you think your child wants. Sometimes you just sit in the sitting room with the children and you ask them, what do you want to become in the future? They tell you, Mommy, oh, Daddy, I want to become this and that. I want to become this and that. And then there is a way you can help that child to focus on that particular dream. But if you're just there paying school fees, you don't even know what your child wants to become. The child is also unbothered, going to school for the sake of going to school, and they don't even have a target. At the end of the day, things don't work out. So as a parents, get to know your child's interest and also see what your child can do best. So there are certain pupils or students who can do arts best, but you force them to go and do sciences. And when they go and do sciences, they fail for that. Yet if this child had done maybe arts, this child would have become a lawyer, a very good one at defending the country. Let us try and support our children in what they can do best and where they have the interest. If your child is not willing to be a doctor and you force this child to be a doctor, you may force it in vain. The child may go there and keep failing. At the end of the day, they resort to doing other drugs because they feel that this is not the kind of life that they want. We have seen very many graduates who have decided to come back to do music, dance and drama. They are now musicians. They have left all their degrees. For example, there is a Aloma, the other Nigerian the Nigerian comedian. He was a lecturer at the university, lecturing students at the university, but he dropped his papers and everything of his. He came back to where his passion was, that is comedy. Maybe when he was growing up, his parents did not allow him to do it. They said, no, go to school, you go and study, go and study teaching, go and study this. He went and studied. After that, he still did what? Came back to do his comedy. So if you see a talent in your child, maybe your child does so much good in singing, and the child has the interest, please go ahead and support them. There are very many people who are making a lot of money out of singing. They have even traveled to countries that you see people whom you think are so successful have not moved to. Maybe having doctors who have not moved abroad, but we have had artists who have moved to different countries to go for vacation and so forth. Let us not force our children where they don't have the talent or where they don't have the interest. Let us support them. We have another caller here. You can still call me on that number that is on the screen. Studio line podutie tuolo goera simu number maibe nenu wang screen keni. Indong matika ne am number mati screen ye gona chim in number matika ne am neni amiru winyuneki bori. So that was what Quetrin was telling us. You can call me on that number 077 162 8590, and I would love to hear from you. What advice